Today we will be having some fun by practicing our yoga while listening to a story. The story for today is an origin story, which is another name for a story that tells how or someone came into being. I am feeling ready for spring, and this story is called The Spring Rabbit, and it is written by Angela McAllister. At the end of our story and yoga practice, I want to see if you can tell me who this story is about. I'm joined by my friend Opal and Bambi to tell the story and do our yoga practice with us. Okay, let's get started. One morning, a sunbeam slipped between the trees and danced on the glistening snow. Coming down to your knees, we are going to tuck ourselves into a ball. Now, its warm touch stirred spring from her long sleep, and she woke up. Winter melted around her. Let's come up to stand with our arms and legs wide, stretching all the way up to the sky, being as big as the sun. Spring walked through the woods. Grass grew at her feet. Her breath thawed icicles. Leaves and blossoms appeared on the trees. Coming into our tree pose, we will put our foot on our ankle and place our hands at our hearts. Whatever spring touched came to life at her fingertips. Spring found a little bird lying in the snow. Getting back down on the ground, we're going to come onto our knees and tuck ourselves in like the little bird. Gently, Spring picked up the little bird. He was so cold and weak that he could hardly hear his tiny heartbeat. "Don't give up, little one," she said. "Winter shall pass now that I am here. I shall make you warm and strong again." Spring stroked the little bird. She turned him into a rabbit with thick, soft fur. Now we're going to get onto our bellies, tuck in our toes, lift up your bottom to the sky, just like a rabbit. "Now you can have a warm coat," she said. "Follow me and there will be fresh grass wherever you go." The rabbit sat with its legs wide. He looked at his strange new paws. He twitched his whiskery nose. The fresh grass smelled delicious, so he tried it, and it tasted good. Let's lean forward and try some grass, just like the rabbit. Oh, yummy. Spring walked on across the meadow. She woke the winter sleepers in their burrows. She made bright flowers bloom, and she called newborn lambs out to play. Coming up to stand, we will grow our arms up like a flower. Then bend our bodies this way and bend our bodies that way. Robin hopped after her, nibbling all he could along the way. Coming back down onto our knees, we're going to lean forward and put our arms behind us like bunny ears. Before long, Rabbit felt warm and strong. "How can I thank Spring for giving me this new life?" he wondered. "I have nothing to give her in return." He hadn't noticed that his friends, the birds of the woods, had been watching. We're going to come up into our drinking bird pose. We're going to stand, go up on our tippy toes, and place our arms back like they're our wings, see? That night, the birds came to the rabbit. The sparrow and the magpie, the owl and the woodpecker, the blackbird, the nightingale, and the little wren. Each one brought an egg from its nest. Coming into our flying bird pose, we will stand on one leg and spread our arms out wide, flying like a bird. birds said to Rabbit, "We saw how spring saved you from the freezing snow." They said, "So we've brought eggs for her as a gift." Coming down into our knees, we're going to tuck ourselves up like an egg. The next day, Rabbit thanked his kind bird friends. "I shall make a basket to put the eggs in," he said. Coming down onto our bellies, we're going to make a basket. You're going to put your legs up here like that and grab our feet. When the basket was ready, Rabbit wrapped the eggs in new leaves and brightly colored petals and laid them inside. Sitting on our bottoms, we want to stretch our legs long because we are going to get ready to place them into the basket. So here is 1 egg into the basket, 2 into the basket, 3 into the basket, 4 into the basket, and 5 into the basket. Spring was delighted with her present. "It's a beautiful gift," she said. "Thank you, but I cannot carry a basket. My hands must be free to make things grow." Coming up to stand, we grow our arms up into the sky. Spring showed Rabbit a village nearby, still deep in winter snow. "Take the eggs to the children there," she told him. "They have been waiting for me to arrive so they can play in the warm sunshine. When they wake tomorrow and see these colorful eggs, they will know that I am here." Rabbit waited until the children went to sleep. Then he hopped across the moonlit snow to the village. Coming down on all fours, we're going to tuck our toes in, raise up our bottoms to the sky, and then hop, 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 like a bunny. He found the children's winter hats, each one round and cozy as a nest, and tucked the eggs inside. Let's tuck ourselves up into nice cozy eggs again. When the children woke the next morning, they were surprised to find the eggs, brightly colored and decorated by leaves and petals wrapped around them. Coming into our mountain pose, we are going to stand up and have our hands stretched by our sides. "These are the colors of spring," they cried excitedly. "Winter must be gone." They looked out their window. The sun was shining. The snow had melted and a fresh green world was bursting with new life. Stretch out our arms wide like the sun. The children dressed quickly and rushed outside to play. Let's get into our running pose by placing 1 foot forward, bending the knee, and we put our arms out like this. Rabbit watched them splash into the stream, skip with the lambs, pick flowers for their hair, and chase the butterflies. Coming down to our bottoms, we're going to get into our butterfly pose. Cross our legs and flap the wings. Then all the birds of the leafy woods sang together, and spring danced on over the hill, chasing winter away, with the rabbit hopping happily beside her. Did you like our yoga adventure today? Who was the rabbit the story was about? The Easter Bunny, right? Thank you for joining me in our yoga practice today. I hope to see you soon.